week in the NFL. Florham Park, New Jersey. The Jets, tumultuous. Head coach Robert Saleh fired, replaced by defensive coordinator Jeff Ulbrich on an interim basis. Yesterday we learned that Nathaniel Hackett has been stripped of play calling duties. Here's Ulbrich and his quarterback, whom you may have heard of.
We all are familiar with the relationship he has with Nathaniel, and they're very, very good friends that go back a long way. So he understood the decision and he was supportive of the decision, and I'm fortunate for that.
It's a reset for everybody. We all feel terrible about the opportunity that we had, that we squandered, that led to Robert getting fired and Hack getting demoted. I play better. This doesn't happen. We play better on offense. This doesn't happen. So I think it puts a spotlight on us, and now it's on us to do this.
Why did you laugh, Graziano, when Ulbrich was talking?
The head coach says he's fortunate that the quarterback agrees with his decision. Is there anything else that could possibly underline more what's going on with the Jets the last couple of years? I mean, that's it, right? Like everything, it has to be okay with Aaron, or it
never
doesn't
said
work.
He was fortunate that Tom Brady agreed with. Can
you imagine Mike Tomlin standing up there and saying, "I'm fortunate that one of my players agrees with my decision about the team"?
But let's be fair.
Come on,
He's an interim coach, right? He needs the best player, the most influential player in the locker room to buy into what's going on. What's ironic is how this is something that reportedly Saleh wanted to do.
Yes, this
was to replace him, and then now that you let the interim coach make the decision that the head coach wanted. So why didn't you empower Saleh? I think it was a bit too early. They should have gave it at least one game, because if they win this game, they're in first place. Yeah. So what are we talking about?
Well, what we're talking about is a team that feels as though right now it is in disarray. When you fire your head coach 5 weeks into a season, things obviously aren't going well. However, they have the opportunity to turn it completely around. And as you said, Monday night could be for first place. The name everyone knows about and cares about in all of this is Aaron Rodgers. People don't really, no one knows who Jeff Ulbrich or Todd Downing or for the most part, even Nathaniel Hackett are. Everybody knows who Aaron Rodgers is. What is at stake for him?
The first thing, everybody thought they knew who Aaron Rodgers is. The Aaron Rodgers that we knew was in a fantasy land and a figment of our imagination. The Aaron Rodgers that we mentioned with the names of Tom Brady and Peyton Manning was a catfish, right? When Peyton Manning became the quarterback of the Denver Broncos, he added 5 wins to that team, and they were the #2 offense in the NFL. When Tom Brady became a member of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, he added 4 wins to that team, and they were the #3 offense in the NFL. The spirit, the reverence, the attention to detail, the respect of those organizations immediately was magnified by the addition of those 2 quarterbacks. That's not what's happened in New York. The Aaron Rodgers we always put in that conversation was the Aaron Rodgers we put in that conversation because he was the best quarterback we had seen. He could throw the football in the way that even those other 2 couldn't. But the other 2 had the MVPs and the championships. And what I say about this is Aaron Rodgers has every physical tool to have been the greatest quarterback to have played this game. There is something that he is missing in his intangible DNA that makes him devoid of great leadership, makes him devoid of being able to elevate locker rooms. And I think that's what we're seeing in New York.
I can't agree with that.
That is fascinating. Go ahead.
I can't agree with that totally because, listen, those 2 great quarterbacks you're talking about wasn't coming off a catastrophic injury, right? And I think we're making decisions.
Peyton Manning almost ain't have no neck.
Okay.
He was sort of.
But I'm talking about lower extremities. But okay, right? Like he's coming off injury. And like 2 plays, we're talking about a totally different narrative. And I know you can talk about the other plays that could have, put in the other way. Will Levis going, full Tropic Thunder, saved that game for the Jets. But, this just last year within the division, Joe Brady, Ken Dorsey gets fired. Joe Brady comes in and changes the entire narrative of what that team, that offense can be. So that's what they're going for. I'm not ready to just bury the season right now.
No.
And say he's void of plus anything, because if they get anything plus 7 wins,
I have a question, Bart.
It's going to be plus 5.
Bart, so here's my question. If you walk up to get up and Greeny says, Bart, what do you need to be great and to make this show great? And they give you all of that. They give you your own himbo. Mm-hmm. They give you a dude that walks around and brushes your hair, somebody that puts your makeup on. Mm-hmm. And if you're not right, and if the show sucks, and if you suck, it's not about what's around you. It's not about coming off of an injury. It's not about if I give you Todd Downing instead of Nathaniel Hackett, we can make this thing work. We gave you everything you wanted. We turned over. The reason Robert Saleh's fired is because he turned over the keys to the organization and Aaron Rodgers drove it in a ditch.
Nah. It takes time, though. Like when this show first started, it took time to get that chemistry.
But it didn't. But they didn't have time. They
did take time.
They hired a 40-year-old quarterback. And to your point, listen, this is going to sound. I want to get Mike T hasn't had a chance to say a word, and I apologize. But I think there is one thing that's it. No, there's no bad here. What you're whatever the opposite of bad is.
Good.
But here's the point. Here's the point. For a moment there, I was so taken by what you said that I've forgotten my language. Here's the bottom line. That doesn't have to be as critical of a person as it may sound. Because the point has been made here. Tom Brady and Peyton Manning had no other interest in life besides being the greatest quarterbacks they could possibly be. They were so detail-oriented. They were so fixated on it. Rodgers is a person, particularly at this stage of his life, who does seem to have a lot of other interests, right? He has interest in a lot of other things. And so maybe some of that attention to detail, the reason that if those teams had committed 8 pre-snap penalties or whatever, Tom Brady would have lost his mind, is because there's a little bit of that that's getting missed before they get there. Let me get Mike T in on where do you stand on all this?
Yeah, I think Aaron Rodgers has a great opportunity on Monday night, which is this. I had experience changing a coach. We went with Dan Campbell, and we flipped the narrative, and we ran the ball. And Todd Downing, when you really look at his DNA, he wants to run the ball. If I'm Aaron Rodgers, I want to now be a part of this offense. Buffalo can't stop the run, and maybe this is Denver and Peyton Manning with Von Miller, where they could still win. But Aaron Rodgers has to know that he's no longer driving this bus, and let these 2 great young running backs do that. And if he does that, they could actually still win this year.
You're laughing.
You're telling me Aaron Rodgers has to decide it's not all about Aaron Rodgers. Well, call me when that happens, because we have never seen that in our entire lives watching Aaron Rodgers. Like, seriously, I'm not even kidding. Like Aaron Rodgers has a great opportunity. Had a great opportunity 2 weeks ago. Only needed 11 points to beat the Broncos. Didn't get them. Had a great opportunity last week in London. If he had only thrown 2 interceptions, maybe they win. He throws 3. Like, at some point, we have to sit there and say, this isn't working. He has not added value. He was supposed to change everything for them for the good, and they are no better than they were when he got there.
I understand that we have to make these knee-jerk decisions, and here we go week to week. Teams don't work that way. We remember the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It was after the bye week that they came together and was able to make that run. It's never a smooth road whenever you're making a transition. You talk about Tom Brady was all locked in. Well, TB12 and time versus time wasn't just football, right? It was other stuff and ventures away. You can have other interests and still be locked in and committed to what you're doing. Like I said, when Josh Allen last year, stopped putting the ball at risk and they took the ball out of his hands, the offense elevated. So why don't you think they can't do that with Aaron Rodgers?
They changed their offensive philosophy completely in Buffalo. Okay. You think they're going to do that with the Jets?
They should.
It's just run the ball.
I'm not saying they shouldn't. I'm saying, do you think they're going to?
I think they are.
And that piece, and so what we're saying is, in order for the New York Jets, who went out and acquired Aaron Rodgers to go win a Super Bowl, in order for them to do that, they have to take the football out of one of the best quarterbacks. That's what we're saying. We're saying take the football out of Aaron Rodgers' hands, because that's what Joe Brady did with Josh Allen.
Well, didn't Denver take the ball out of Peyton Manning's hands?
Not the first year he threw 55.
Yeah, I'm talking about the second year. Didn't they take it out based on defense and running the football?
The Super Bowl year, yes. It was the 4th year.
So it happens to everybody. John Elway as well. It was more of a Terrell Davis show than it was anything else.
Greedy, if you're sitting here Tuesday morning and lamenting about what a great win the Jets had, it's going to be because they changed their offensive philosophy. And that doesn't mean it has to be forever, but that is what's going to give this team the foundation to have success.
Look, what we did say was, if the defense is as good as they think it can be, and everything else is as good as it looks like it could be, then Rodgers just needs to be a very good game manager. He needs, the bottom line of it is he threw the game away against Minnesota, and to his credit, he acknowledged that afterwards, and you heard him in the soundbite. If I play better, all this stuff doesn't happen. He hasn't played well. Look, it's a complicated situation.